9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome. It's IFB time. It's Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm New York Pete. I'm here with my best buddy, Chris the Tipsy Toaster. Thanks for joining us live on our news, pop culture, and sci-fi entertainment channel. Full disclosure, Tipsy and I are about to launch, according to what I just heard, but I think we've already arrived. But we grew up watching 70s and 80s TV, movies, cartoons. We bring our unique spin to a little corner of the universe here, and we're big Battlestar Galactica fans. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We have a whole bunch of cool stuff. John One's with us, and we have a new segment. We're going to be doing conventions with Erika.
Yep.
So that's cool. We have a great special guest coming on as well. So
We've got lots of photos, which I'm trying to figure out that now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff because he's done
Background I'll be uploading.
a lot of cool stuff. George in the house, Erika, Lola, James, and Kim. Thanks for joining us live, guys. I know that some of you are probably over on YouTube. Some of you are on some of the other social media platforms we got going. Thank you for joining us nonetheless, and thanks to everybody who watches us later on in repeat or in rerun later on.
Syndication.
We appreciate you. Syndication, in the tunes of thousands. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We've been posting all kinds of cool stuff, but before we get to that, let's toast
Hey,
to the
let's bring
fans.
John on. John, do you have
Yeah,
something
let's see.
tonight?
John One's
He
with
does-
us.
Okay, he's got something. Give me a second. Call 3. There he is.
Cool. Hey, Rick, what's up, man? Sean, yes. What's up, Battlestar Bulletin Board? There he is. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Good. What's cooking?
Not much. Some good news tonight. I just got back from seeing Superman.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I heard
I heard it was
good. I'm
horrible.
glad. I heard some good stuff about it from
I heard
other
horrible
sources.
stuff about it.
No,
Oh,
no. No. Absolutely not. But Gesundheit.
Definitely to be seen.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Thank goodness I have the mute button for that, so I don't blow
no
everybody's ears out.
kidding. Well, we have.
What do you got? Water?
Me?
Yeah, water.
I got none but the best.
That's New York water there.
That's right.
What do you got, John?
I got Founders Backwoods Bastard.
Ah, hang on. Say it again.
Backwoods Bastard.
Oh boy! All
And
right.
in honor of Dragon Con coming up, I went ahead and found some Dragon's Milk.
Oh, there's no-
Ew. Okay.
11%. That's for those people who can't figure that, it's 22 proof.
Wow.
bottle.
All right. I know what's going to happen with you soon enough.
Get
But
we have Star Trek on tonight too,
Oh.
so hang on.
yeah, no, we're going to be. That's right. We're doing a whole bunch of Star Trek stuff. So, hey, we'd like to acknowledge the fans. So go ahead, John. All right. That was silent.
See,
That's
John-
still good.
John
What
needs
happened
I mean,
there? You need a
You good?
yeah.
I don't have a bottle tonight.
all the
so,
fans
I mean,
that go to the
I
cons
can't-
and
yeah, whatever. Go ahead, John. Sorry.
watching us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Guys. This is to all you guys out there. Toast to you. Thanks for coming in tune every week and being supporters and fueling the fleet.
right.
Here's
Hands
to
to
you.
the
right.
fleet.
There you go, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Mm,
Cheers. Let's see. I know that
wow.
Colin
Bourbon
jumped
barrel
on,
aged
and
stout.
Derek is with us too. Derek, we're gonna, John, we gotta work out a schedule to get Derek on because he's gonna be representing Back to the Future. So he's a very, very big fan, and we'll have a Back to the Future event, and Derek will come on and represent. So we'll get with you, Derek. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Future special guest, and all good things, guys. Hey, Charlene, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. And Lola's on with us as well. Rick and everybody else. Put up a quick shout so we can recognize you, and we can all have some fun. So, John, you actually went to see Superman.
Yeah, I just got back like 20 minutes ago.
Wow. Okay. Because I got a report. A few hours ago from one of our other sources. So I hope they match. So you'll give your report, and then I'll tell you what I heard through my people. So I don't know. Is Tipsy? Are you ready to bring up John's deck? Because I got to see it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Give me a second.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of good stuff on there. I want to talk a little bit about your review there, buddy.
All right.
I just find out where I put it.
Oh, of course. Hey, Ralph, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us,
there?
everybody. Appreciate you. We're looking forward to talking conventions with Erika, because we're going to be going to one real soon. I know, John, you like to go to them too, so we'll be coordinating. And we got some cool stuff to show off, because this year we're gonna have a different setup, and it's we're gonna have some fun. You'll see.
Sorry, Lola's on. I had to say it. Her name was Lola.
Right?
She was a showgirl.
Did he get the Copa? Of course,
That's
Lola.
right.
Where else would you be?
All right, John, go for it.
All right, guys. All right. All right, I got one of those things here so I can turn it. Okay.
John won. This just in.
My hat. Just in.
That's right.
Right off the blower. All right. We got some good things coming this summer. Today, Superman hit the theaters. Reviews are good. Some here and there, but you know what? This movie was great. I was like, wow. A couple times I was like, holy cow. A lot of references, a lot of Easter eggs, and a lot of, I guess, cameos of a lot of DC projects that are in the works and are coming out. You're like, a couple scenes, you're like, holy cow. And then one person you wanted to see in the DC universe wanted someone in the comic for a long time, and just wanted to be in a movie. He was there, so it was good. And Mr. Terrific, the guy that did Mr. Terrific, was awesome. And person that played Lex Luthor, I thought it was like, I don't know about this, but it was good. So if you guys want to have a fun time, go see it, go enjoy it, and good job, James Gunn. So that's my thing. I'll talk about it more. I don't want to get any spoilers out, but it's a lot to see, and he did a very good storyline too. So I enjoyed it. So go see Superman. It's out there today. And let's see what else. That's going to be. Fans will enjoy it. I herald the coming of Marvel's next movie in the beginning of Phase 6. Their movie is Fantastic Four. As we saw from the end credits of Thunderbolts, the Fantastic Four is heading to Earth. We don't know what happened. Maybe, I guess, Galactic ate their planet. They come to our planet or something else. But the special effects and the storylines looks pretty good in it. And the thing is kind of growing on me. I don't know. The voice is good. The CG is good on it. But the kind of voice kind of, does it. But I think he's going to say clobbering time in it. So as long as it says clobbering time, I'll enjoy it. So that's coming out of movie theaters on July 25th. So I'll be there to watch that one too. And Apple Plus so deserves my subscription. I mean, this just shows that coming out and the ones that come out soon. Foundation Season 3 will start streaming on July 11th. The story picks up where Season 2 left off. Bigger problems, more characters. Also the arrival of Mule, a warlord, who joins a group of exiles to find out what happens to the Emperor. I don't know if you guys watch Foundation or
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, that's a good series. So I enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to that. It's coming out July 11th. So it's good. And good series just getting better. The Starship Enterprise has come back. The Season 3 kicks off July 17th.
Yes.
With 2 episodes. And then one weekly to the season finale on September 11th. There's going to be a lot of stories. I think one episode they dropped was Vulcans. So hopefully there's going to be no musicals in this one. So just some good stuff.
I actually like the music. It was kind of different.
It was funny.
So, And they'll have more Klingons in it, so you guys will enjoy that. And let's see, that's the series two. A do-gooding serial, our favorite do-gooding serial killer, Dexter, will return on July 11th on Paramount. A whole new series. I guess he was shot. He comes back to life, and he goes killing serial killers in New York. So, okay, why not? Miami to New York. We have a lot here too. So, go on, Dexter. That's going to be on Paramount on July 11th. And let's see, Denis Villeneuve, the man who directed Dune, will direct the next James Bond movie. People are very excited about that. I like to see it, and I do love Bond, so we will see. It's coming out, so we'll keep you abreast of what happens with that. And a brand new
Daniel
date.
Craig, they're still the same.
No, Daniel, it's gonna be a different James Bond.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's gonna be the Amazon James Bond on the series, or it's gonna be a new movie. People are saying Idris Elba, or the gentleman that's playing the new. That guy got a new Lantern series is going to be the new James Bond. I think he was also the elf in Lord of the Rings, the series.
Oh boy!
So if
Well,
it is
there's
a
a
guy,
step up at least.
Yep, he's gonna be a good James Bond. And brand new day will begin filming August 1st. This movie will feature John Bernthal as the Punisher. I think this is gonna be the first Punisher's first appearance in the MCU movie. Instead of the TV series, he's gonna be in the MCU, and then it's gonna kick off his series coming on Disney pretty soon.
Yes.
Let's start filming, so that's good. And I don't know if anyone's seen this series, but if you don't know what you're missing. It's on MGM Plus and Amazon. It's From. This series is pretty good. People can drive around, they get stuck in a town, they can't get out, and monsters try to eat them at night. So they're trying to escape. It's a really good series. That's From. So it's very good actor. This guy is a monster too. He's a smiley face, but he kind of creeps me out. So I put him on. So that's good. And let's see, good news in season 4 has started filming. So Apple TV's For All Mankind is getting a spin-off as well. Only this time we're getting it from the Russian perspective point of view. So
that's going to be fun.
That's going to be real fun. If it was effectively Russians will probably crash, fair enough, whatever. But it's going to be good. I would rather have it as a North Korean point of view to see that.
Yeah.
How they got on the moon. But that series is a whole speculative. It's really good and enjoyable. So that's going to be in production now, and that should be out sometime next year. So we'll keep you updated, comrades. And if any collectors out there, check out Boss Fight Studios' new Conan.
That looks nice.
Yep, he's got a new series on it, and this is the first one. And they do pretty good. There's a lot of articulation, do a lot of shots. Some people use these to do like shots like models now. I just discovered that. It's based on Facebook where they have toys, and they set them up in really cool shots. So that might be a fun hobby. I don't know who's going to do it.
Deg's
a big somebody.
Deg loves Conan. I wonder if he's got one yet.
And check it out, the new one. They also have a steampunk Red Sonja, and I got this comic off of Heroes Con exclusive. The Red Sonja Noir #1.
Hang on.
This was an exclusive from Heroes Con, so I sent away for it.
Oh wow!
So, art by Dongi King. It's a convention exclusive. So Heroes Con is like one of the biggest comic book cons in the country. It's down in North Carolina, I think. Erika should know about it. But this is pretty cool. Pretty cool comic.
Cool.
Beautiful.
I'm back, and I gotta put that on my comic list now.
Excellent.
All right. And that's it for me, guys.
Oh, thanks, John. So I got a report early today from none other than Doc Macaulay, who is going to be writing. I think he's writing an article on, or he's covering Superman, and he came back and told me, it's a great film. He loved it, thought it was great. So I was like, okay. I was already planning on going to see it, but now that I've been hearing all this feedback from you guys, it's a no-brainer. So I'll be going to the movie theater because these days, going to the theater is a bit of a thing. I will tell you this: I went and saw the limited release or re-release of Spinal Tap, and the 41st anniversary, and it was good. It's like nobody knew what the heck to make of it when it first came out, right? It was a rockumentary or mockumentary, and I saw it and it was good. It was like, wow, this is what it is, man. It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I wonder if there's some way we can get. I wonder if there's some way we can get them to release Battlestar Galactica on the 50th birthday.
Yeah. Well,
At the movie theater.
good luck. I wish, man. But
We got some
stay
time to figure
tuned.
that out.
We'll see. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Let's see if we can combine efforts with some of the other, groups out there and see if we can have maybe our own, celebration of Battlestar. So let's stay
Got some
tuned,
years to
guys.
figure
Let's
that
see
one
what
out.
we can do. Yeah. See, it would be
go
kind of
rent-
cool to be
we'll
able
go
to do
rent
that.
I don't know, hotel. I don't think that's gonna work. We're gonna need something bigger.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Nah.
Got like a movie theater and do like a Phantom does a lot of movies, old movies. Alamo Draft House, maybe something for
Oh yeah, I have an Alamo right down the road from me. Actually,
like
right
Charter
across the
Night, go
street
see
from
it.
me.
Well, we could, we got a little bit of time to try to, figure something out and do a little bit of a celebration. We have, there's ways of doing stuff. At one time, I know Tipsy, you had
Yeah, I had the
a
rights
license.
to play it to the con.
Yeah,
We
So-
we paid for that, and then it never happened. So
never happened. But
that-
you had
that
got a
lost-
license
I lost
for
that money.
a public
Public view, yeah, public
viewing. Yeah, you had
presentation.
actually paid for it. Yeah,
Yeah, in,
that's
in
right.
PLC,
So-
you can pay them for. Some people just go in there and play it, and that's not legal.
No. Yeah, you
so-
went and paid the freaking license for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. J.E. Park and Bert Oliver Bulmer, thanks for joining us live, guys. Appreciate you guys
Thank you,
stepping
Bert.
up and, joining us here live. So,
Did you see our new
we got-
start? Did you see new starting?
starting what?
We didn't mention our new starting screen.
Yeah, Lola did. She was like, "Oh man, that's cool." Yeah, Lola. First thing, yeah, she basically one of the first things she said was like a new opening, man.
There you
So
go, here.
that's really cool. Excellent.
the
Yep.
aliens dancing.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
us.
they-
Robots
wasn't me.
too. Come on now.
But
And a robot,
they're
of course.
dancing
It's
I
gotta
did.
It's got to be a robot, man. Got to be a robot in there somewhere. Some kind of artificial intelligence. So yeah, we got one of the cons coming up, which we'll get into and we'll talk about. I have a whole bunch of stuff. But in the meantime, I did not know that Garbage Pail Kids actually made a Battlestar Galactica related card.
Huh. That is
Look at that.
different.
Galactic Greg. There's actually two of them. This is one I'm showing you one, and the other one is exactly the same, except it's called, if you look at the guy's name, he's Cylon. So yeah, I saw these on eBay. I was like, I didn't know that the
They
Garbage
should've-
Pail.
Good thing they didn't come up with a Tipsy Toaster, because I would have been mad.
Yeah, no kidding. So I got an extra one. So Tipsy, you can
Cool.
claim
Thank
one
you.
of the two. So when I see you at
19th.
at the con. What was that?
The 19th.
The 19th, yes,
Saturday,
July 19th. So for whoever's out there in the area, make sure that you step down and step up, or whatever it is you have to do. If you're close by, come and visit. We did it last year, and we're doing it again this year, and we'll get into some more of the details when Erika comes on. And Erika says, "Damn, I had those. Wish I had kept them." Oh wow, I had no idea that they even existed. But there you go. I saw those on eBay, and I just got them. They're a couple bucks each, so I was like, hey, it's kind of cool. So Battlestar stuff.
Yeah.
And you're a card collector, so there's more
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Did we
John,
ever figure out what
else?
card went into the
box?
box?
The VHS.
The
Nope.
VHS tape?
Nope. No, we have we had some comments, we had some speculation, we had some rumors. So if you went onto IFB, you'd notice that I had posted an image that it's a sealed VHS tape that was sold once upon a time, and inside of it had an actual card, some type of Galactica related card.
Right.
And we don't know. We don't know what cards were in there. I
Rumor,
know
somebody said it was The just one of the regular
Yeah, I
cards.
don't think so. I think because then remember if they did that, they would have to combine it. They'd have to get they have to get stock from Tops, which there weren't any stock. There was no, how do they don't go to a collector and say, hey, just buy us, 100 and whatever 32 cards and we'll just randomly put them into that's not how it works. You have to pay royalties and licensing to Tops to officially do that.
Hmm.
So there I do know that there was a special limited run of X number of cards that were made at some point for some kind of it might be for this of the VHS distribution,
That the one
but
with the
there's
three
only
Cylons on the front?
yeah, it might be one of
That's the one I
those.
have, yeah.
Yep, I think that's what was in those, but there was I think only three cards made. So, you'd buy the set and you'd probably end up with a lot of them, but nobody knows whatever happened. So it's unknown what's in that box. And so we asked you guys if any of you know, let us know what came with that if you remember.
Hmm.
And we have a follow-up because our good friend Jim Klubna, he actually has a full set of Series 2 Topps Battlestar Galactica cards.
Ooh.
And from what we understand, there's probably only three sets in existence that were prototypes, and he's got one of those sets.
I'd love to get
It's
those scanned
verified.
in and get
Yeah,
other
so we're
people to
gonna.
see them.
Yep,
I want to
he's
read the backs. That's what I want to read.
there is no backs. There's no
Oh,
backs. They're blank.
ah,
Yeah, it never got that far, but they did make a few, there were a couple of prototypes that were created. There's a couple of, sheets, right? And then a couple of those sheets were cut into the sets, and so they're out there and our buddy Jim's got them. He shared a couple pictures. I was blown away.
don't
So at
forget
some
about
point
this. Go ahead.
we'll actually share more of those pictures to you guys so you can see what that unproduced set of Battlestar Galactica Series 2 1979 at the time would have been. Series 279 Topps cards would have been had they gone just a little bit further. They could have released them and we would have collected them. But
Now
they
let's
made the decision not to.
let's talk about some new stuff like this.
Yeah,
Flying rifle.
that's a San Diego exclusive.
Wow.
Yeah. Remember, they came on, we talked about it, and there
Yep,
it is.
there it is.
So we'll see
Unfortunately,
if
I just tried our
discount.
discount code and it didn't work. So
Yeah, that's exclusive. So our discount doesn't work for the exclusives, unfortunately. But that's going to sell out. Oh, there's no question in my mind. It'll sell out, and then they'll produce hopefully some of the other stuff, maybe like the Cylon sword, and who knows, a couple of other things would be really, really
online
cool.
convention
So
exclusive.
4 cards. Oh, look, Derek came up with an answer for us. He says there were 4 cards that could show up in that video: a Cylon Centurion, Commander Adama, Colonial Viper, Starbuck, or Apollo. Wow, as per
Wonder what it is.
ChatGPT. Interesting.
I
Wow,
wonder what they look like.
Yep, never seen those cards. So if anybody's got them, come on, let's go. We want to see those. We want to put those out because those are. I've been collecting cards for decades. I've never seen those cards that nothing like that. Actually, Chris Tipsy Toaster has a card that we haven't been able to identify. I have another card that I put up that nobody has been able to identify. So we have two single cards that we don't know where they came from, but I don't know. See, Chris, we know that the Second Coming had a very small limited run that Richard Hatch made, and
Oh,
we're giving
really?
those out at conventions. Yes,
Oh,
yeah, they're real expensive when you do see them. But yep, he made a limited run for the Second Coming. There's a few cards in a small set that he came up with, which are really cool. Yep.
that
Yeah,
sucks,
yeah.
'cause now I gotta-
Yeah. All
man, I
good
don't
stuff.
want those down.
Yeah, no kidding. That'd be really cool to have. I'm gunning for mission. What is it? Mission Galactica.
Hmm.
The poster. The actual
Poster?
movie size poster of it. There's a bunch of them. There's some that are popping up from overseas when they released it as a movie. So I might be getting. I think I might go
Got a
ahead and get
poster.
it.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you one thing I have that I have not seen on sale anywhere
What is that?
that I just wrote about in our book.
Oh yeah.
That's good beer.
We see somebody wrote up something about this the other day, but
Yes. Somebody
I
has
forgot who
written
it was.
a
But,
little bit about that.
Here you go.
Wow, look at that. Those are sealed.
Oh.
The
Sealed.
collection.
Collection. Telemovies.
Woo-wee.
Mm.
Yeah. So they took the episodes and they recut them and put them together
Mhm.
and then re-released those. And I think that was overseas, right?
Yep, these are all PAL.
Wow.
I have a
That's
PAL
cool.
player, but I just haven't had the wherewithal to
Animal.
unwrap this yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Bert Oliver was talking to us about those. I think he saw those. I think they were released in Germany. I think he got to see those.
Yeah.
Hey Bert, if you're up, man, let us know if those are the ones you're familiar with. So BFC's on with us, Battlestar Galactica fan club. Thanks for joining. We're just talking a little bit,
somebody said it was
reminiscing a little bit
Space
about.
Prison. I think I saw
Galactica.
something the other day.
Yeah,
I
that
see
that
Space
looks.
Prison listed.
Is it there?
Yep, there it is on tape 6.
There it is. Space Prison.
Yep.
Yep. And Phantom in Space.
Space
Wow.
Casanova.
That's awesome.
I believe.
Yeah.
Now
Curse of the Cylons.
I have watched a couple of these, and
And
if anybody is out there looking for them, they are available digitally, probably illegally, but they are digitally on the Wayback Machine. You can actually download every single one of those from the Wayback Machine.
so do they look different? I mean, obviously they're
They were-
recomposed.
They're recomposed,
There's
but
no special.
there's nothing. I don't think they upgrade. I'm looking at them and thinking to myself, maybe I should run them through my 4K upgrading stuff.
But
So,
there's no scenes. There's no extra scenes. There's no.
oh yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that
No,
we- that
there
wasn't.
there are some extra scenes. They added some stuff that was
Oh,
cut
there
out,
are. Ooh.
and some hilarious
Ah,
voiceovers that just didn't work. Somebody tried to voice over some stuff and it didn't. You can definitely tell it's wrong. But I think the way they cut them together, especially the Space Prison, was a good one that they cut together with, and also Fire in Space and another one they cut together. They really match up well, very well.
cool.
So it's pretty
Cool.
cool to watch them. And then of course, then it's just the Commander Kane episodes are there, but I think they have a couple of clips that were taken out, put back inside of there.
Nice.
I also found out I haven't found it yet, and I don't know if I want to find it yet, but there's also another foreign version that someone did, and you want to know about that? Well, it'll be in the book. Okay, I'm not going
All
to
right,
spoil
cool.
it all. So
Save something for the book. Yes.
That's
So
it.
hopefully
this
you
is
know,
a singular
this
one
fall-
though. This is one of the ones that I got singularly.
Oh wow. Oh,
So
volume
that's
one. Oh wow, that's cool.
this is the Battlestar Galactica and Experiment in Terror.
Experiment in Terror. That's cool. That's really cool. All right. Well, you know what? We'll explore that a little bit more on another episode, and you guys stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to publication date. You all know that we have a non Battlestar Galactica book coming out later this year. And we have Lorette Spang, of course, is involved, and so is Glenn Eric Larson. They'll be doing, like the forward and intro for it, and our very own Dr. Patton is also has written a piece for it, and so it's going to be really, really cool. And I know Doc McCauley, of course, is in it, and I'll hold out. There's one other that we have confirmed,
Yep.
and we'll just hold that for a little bit I don't think I announced that other author's piece. We'll wait a little bit to announce that as well. So that'll all be part of that, and of course, the quiz. The all those quiz questions that we've been accumulating, 100, I don't know, a few hundred of those. They'll be part of this book as well. And there's a crossword in there, and there's a word seek, things that I created specifically for the book myself. So yes, it'll be cool, guys. We have a big well-known Galactica name that's doing the cover, and so yeah, so we'll release more later on, and stay tuned.
That's it.
Yeah, John, I know
Exciting
John.
times.
Before you go, John, or just stick around. I don't know if you need to go, but you've been writing stuff. You're working on a couple of really cool pieces, and I got to see one of them, and it's really really cool. So I'm
Battlestar
looking
stuff?
forward to. Yes,
Oh, cool.
yes, yes, yes.
And
Some
Sean's
fan
put a bunch of
fiction.
new stuff up too.
So yep, good stuff. So stay tuned, guys.
That's it. Oops. I turned it
Oh
off.
yeah. Eric, thanks for joining us live. Appreciate you, man. Very cool. Love having all the fans and everybody here. Our special guest is in the
Is
green
standing
room.
by, yes.
Is standing by. So, John, you want to do an intro for Bill?
Yes, yes. Everybody, so our next guest is Mr. Bill Krause. He's with the Tyco Yards. He's a big modeler in Star Trek. He's worked on Picard. He sent us a lot of pictures that he worked on. Fabulous. His Klingon cruiser is awesome. I'm a big Klingon fan. And he does a lot of models for work and for show. So he's from the Tyco Yards. So I like to hear about how he got involved in that and did that. And he's been doing it for a long time. And he's really good work and he's a good modeler. And he's a big fan. So we're looking forward to talk to him, ask him some questions. And without further ado, here's our guest, Mr. Krause.
Awesome. Bill,
Hello.
welcome to IFB. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for the invitation. Great to be here.
Yes. So, John mentioned you've done models, you've worked on Star Trek Picard specifically, but tell us about yourself. Tell us how do you get to where you've gotten?
It's a long story. I'm currently retired from a career of working in video production. I own my own business and had been doing video production, video shooting, graphics, animation, editing for almost 40 years. And modeling was just a hobby for me and had done it quite a bit as a kid growing up and got out of it when I got into college, I got married, had kids. So didn't really get back into it till late in my adult life here. And like the last maybe 5, 10 years, I've really gotten back into the hobby. And since I've retired about 5 years ago, this is my full-time job. So uh, I can't wish for a better retirement than to be deeply involved in a hobby that I had started as a kid and has now continued uh, as almost a second career for me.
Wow. So how did you manage? I mean, we all built models. I remember getting, the first enterprise model that came out, and I was a kid, and I put it together, and I started to dabble with models as I was, growing up, in the 70s and a little bit into the 80s. I did Galactica. I remember, really enjoying those a lot more because I was a little older, so I could actually, make them and kind of, paint them a little bit. But going back, like as a retired person that loved making models, going back to do that, what did you bring with your, like what's the change? What's the difference? There had to be, when we're younger making models, and now you're, we're older. How does that change your perspective on making models?
Well, I mean, the tools are the same, though there's some advancements now with 3D printing, but uh, I was really kind of an advanced modeler, I think, even back in the 70s, because I was following what they were doing in ILM,
Wow.
uh, building scratch-built models for Star Wars and Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica. So I was already scratch-building stuff using parts of model kits, kind of following what they were doing. This from photographs in like Starlog magazine and things like that that were out in the 70s. And that kind of sparked my interest into creating things that didn't exist in a kit. It's like, wow, they're building things that out of their own imagination, using parts from other plastic model kits. So um, that I started to get into that before I got into college, but that was still part of my mentality when I got back into it. Is like, this is how I build models. I build it using spare parts and just using my own imagination. I like to create my own thing rather than just build a model kit. So I've gotten really into a lot of the design work of actually designing it in 3D or in CAD or something, and then printing out blueprints, either scratch building those parts by hand, or right now 3D printing them, and then engineering those for print and building an armature. And so it's all going back toward what I was looking at as a kid when they were building, studio scale models of the Galactica or the Enterprise or Star Wars ships. I was building them now with much more free time in my hands to build, almost studio size models with full armatures and lighting and all that kind of stuff, just for fun because I can do it now. But um, I
That's
just
pretty
like the
cool.
hands-on creative work of, building things that don't exist and making them come to life.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know I I was thinking of taking some time out and fooling around with models, but I I'm not sure. I feel a little intimidated. I know there's plenty of tools out there and there's so many things that we might be able to do, but it just seems, oh my God, that's just
Wow.
incredible.
Those are like,
John, I know John's got he's got a couple of questions he's been dying to ask, and I want to give him a chance to jump in. So, John, what do you got?
oh, I mean, there's nothing like seeing it on TV and then creating it and holding it. I mean, some of these models you put lights on them and look at them. I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, some friend of mine's had big models like that, like mediocre model knows it, but doing it myself is daunting. So I need to get doing that one day. That's my bucket list, but I'm just afraid to do it. I mean, um, how long have you been modeling? I mean, you've told us how long you've been modeling for. What really started you in modeling as a kid? I mean, what model made you get that bug? Once you do a model, you see it, you finish it, and then you have that bug to do it. I mean, do
I
you
think it
do
was
you?
my dad who was got me into making models. He had, as a kid, made the balsa wood airplanes with the tissue papered wings, and he had
Oh wow,
a
yeah.
couple of those in the basement. And he started to buy plastic model kits and was buying them for me. He was always traveling and would bring back from the airport a plastic airliner kit when they used to have those things in the airport. And so I think those were some of my first kits were car models and airliner models. And then when Star Trek came out in the syndication in the 70s and those AMT kits started coming out, then I got a couple of those things. But I think it was really Star Wars that really got my models uh, going because I knew they were using a lot of that for the motion picture business, and I was shooting a lot of my own Super 8 movies. So I was creating in my basement little Super 8 stop action stuff with my models and even some Battlestar Galactica stuff at the time. Um, but beyond that, it's just for me, as like I say, just creating my own thing and not relying on just buying a box kit anymore.
I mean, you
Wow, that's pretty
could.
cool. What did you do? You still have your old films and stuff?
I do, and in fact, I do need to get them transferred to
Oh, that'd be cool.
digital so I can look at them again. But yeah, they're in a box full of old reels of 8 Super 8 film. I just don't know if my projector still works and whether or
You
not
gotta,
even
yeah, send it out, have it
if the film would
digitized, man.
disintegrate.
Oh, we'd have you come back and we'll actually share it with the fans. My God, it'd be so
Yeah,
cool. Oh man,
that's
especially
like 40 years old. I mean, or more
yeah.
than that.
Oh, that is awesome. That's like a little time capsule. Mediocre Modeler has his own show. He's part of our team here on IFB. He's actually made some props from scratch for some of our projects, that Bill, and he's asking a question. He also attends some of the cons that you've been to in the past. I know I read a little bit of your background on Memory Alpha, but his question is there a sci-fi ship model you'd like to build that you haven't or isn't being produced?
Uh, Gosh, there's so much out there that's already being being made. For a while, I was really jonesing for the 2001 model kits. I really wanted
Ooh.
the space station, and finally that's out. I think I don't know who makes it. I think it's is it Mobius? They have a pretty good size uh, space station model now, and the Orion and all those models that and large scale, even the Clipper, the Pan Am Clipper from the movie, and those are things I had wanted for a long time, and now they're out. So uh, I think I've bought a few of those, but again, having time to build those is another problem too. So I build a lot of my work is now for commissioned for people who pay me to build them a model. So I've got a backlog of probably 2 years of
Wow.
clients and projects. So,
Oh wow.
Wow.
stuff to just do for fun or just for myself is like way down down the list. But it's
Wow.
all fun.
That's
Yeah,
Building models is it's not rocket surgery. It's just building models for fun.
it's a jobby.
it.
It's a hobby and a
It,
job
It's a
all rolled
job.
into one.
Bill,
Robbie.
it's nice that you're humble about it, but when you see, you've shared some of the pictures, and we've put some of them up, and we'll be putting up more of them. When someone sees the
That's great.
finished product, it's incredible. So, I mean, you're saying it's just a model, but in fact, the finished product is so much more. You create these things, and you give them a life that an average modeler can make things, but you have this talent, you have all this experience, you've been in the business, you've done this for so many years, that when you're coming up with these models that we're showing some of this stuff, but it's incredible. And then we'll also have some of the other stuff that you've done, for example, for Picard. I know we have images from that as well, and it's just so cool. So when you start touching these things, Bill, you give it a little bit of magic, and it's really cool. If you were gonna pick a couple of ships that stand out for you as a fan, which ones besides you mentioned 2001, but some of the other ones that you would say, yeah, this is in my top list. I love this, and this one.
Oh, I've got a whole list of iconic spacecraft and science fiction vessels that I've always loved and just are really inspiring. And I've always the top of my list is probably going to be the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Nautilus from the
Oh,
1956 Disney movie.
yeah.
That kind of that steampunky, rusty iron full of rivets thing. It's just so beautifully done and it looks functional and you believe that that thing actually works. And it really, from an early age when I first saw that, I go, wow, that's it. That is the coolest ship I've ever seen. And then, of course, there's spaceships that you all, the iconic Enterprise and then the Battlestar Galactica. And, there's these huge ships that, just look really impressive. Like a Star Destroyer, for example, from Star Wars. That thing flies over your head, beginning of the movie. It's like, oh my God. And I had to build one of these things. Like, it was one of my first scratch built models as a kid, large scale. I built a 4 foot long Star Destroyer. It took me a year to build this thing. And I had it for many years, and had hung it from the ceiling of my bedroom stupidly. And I was making the bed one day with a sheet and did that, and I hit it, and it came to the floor, and it
Oh,
exploded into
Oh,
10,000 pieces.
oh no.
So never do that, kids. Never hang your models from the ceiling from your bedroom because they will fall
What did you
when you
do?
least expect it.
What'd you do, Bill? Did you pick it up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna put it in a box, and maybe someday I'll go back to it,"
I
or
did.
you did? Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
I scooped it up and I saved a couple of pieces. It was wildly inaccurate because I was back in the 70s. You didn't have the internet, to research this thing. It was before the kit came out. So I had like 3 photographs of the thing, plus my memory of it from the movie, and I knew it was triangular. You know, so I mean, from certain angles it looked okay, but from it was pretty bad. But I saved some of the good parts, and I always had intended to rebuild it, do it better, and eventually there have been more accurate kits that have come out, and it's like, well, I've kind of already done that, so I may go back to it again, but I feel like I've done that. I think I just saved the bridge, which was probably one of the better pieces, but yeah, that's was quite a ordeal.
What was
So
what
we
was your
we have
hardest project you worked on? I mean, everyone has a model like I can't get this piece in. I had enough. What was the hardest one you worked on, if you had
The
one?
hardest, the hardest model.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have periods where you just want to throw it across the room, so it's
Yep.
kind of hard to say. It's like you just got to get over if there's like this rough parts that either processes I don't enjoy doing. I just want to get through it. Uh, but stuff I make for myself, there's no direction, so
Oh,
uh, they all seem hard. That's I think part of the challenge is that it's like I'm building my own Sudoku puzzle, and I have to figure it out because you know no one else knows how to do it but me, so it's all on me. So I got to figure it out, and that's really a part of the process. I enjoy the process. It's not really about finishing it. So whatever new thing I want to pick up along the way, I try to challenge myself with each new model to learn something new. I mean, when I first got back in the hobby, I wasn't really into electronics. I knew nothing about wiring lights and all that kind of stuff, or programming Arduinos, and um, or even 3D printing or 3D modeling. So these are all things I had to teach myself as I went along, and it was kind of it was fun just to kind of learn something new. And so each new video or each new model I build, I try to add something new into it to take it to the next level, to challenge myself to push it a little bit further. So I have that skill with me, I can take it with me to the next project so that hopefully the next model is going to be better than the last one. So um, just to make it more interesting, so it's not the same model being put together over and over again, where you're gluing things together, then you're priming them and you're putting decals, then you're painting it. So the process, like rinse and repeat, you want to kind of add something new into the mix and make it uh, more exciting for yourself.
yeah, one
wow.
more of a challenge. I mean, just the lighting alone. You put those ships together, and you got to make room for the lighting and put the lighting in there. That's a lot of work.
It is, yeah.
No, but it's
And a
at
lot of
the end,
ways,
the lights off and turn the model on. It's beautiful. You know,
yeah,
you
once
get
you
that.
put lights in the model, if you don't put them in the next one, it feels like, gosh, it adds
Yeah,
so much life to a model. Even if it's just a blinking light, you have to have something in there uh, to give it that little spark. Otherwise, it's just a sculpture that's sitting on the desk. So
and you look
Wow.
at it.
I remember when what is like the optic fibers when they first
fiber
started coming
optic.
out with those models that you could actually the more expensive ones, and then they were like these little fibers that you could actually glue on the inside. And I remember my
Hmm.
friends were saying that's like working with like a piece of hair, man. It's crazy. You're gonna go nuts doing that. Stay away from that.
Yeah,
That's crazy. So I never did one, but this is wow. Look at that. That's
yeah,
incredible.
that's the javelin there. It's the shuttlecraft that I had scratch
Wow.
built and designed. It's like it's
Wow.
about 1/24th scale, so it's about
Hmm.
2 feet long, I think.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
got a full interior, all the lights. That little hatch opens and closes. It's got a aft ramp that comes down.
Wow. So these things obviously, did you build these in your own workshop or did you go
Hmm.
to the oh okay. So you
Yeah,
must have like one of everything to be able to build all this stuff and then you painted them too, right? You do all the detailed painting?
oh yeah,
Wow. Oh my God, that's so cool. That is
that's the
awesome.
composite from the Ships of the Line calendar uh, that was produced by I think Pocketbooks and edited by Doug Drexler. That's kind of how I got into Star Trek was through this. He had picked up or started following some of my postings on social media on Facebook of my models, and I was kind of doing some really quick and crude composites of my models, like in space backgrounds. And he one day asked me if I would submit something for the calendar one year, and I said, "Yeah, sure." Twist my arm, and that's how I got involved with Star Trek at that level. This is like 2016, I think, and then so I would build these models for like a show in Kentucky called Wonderfest every year, and it was like my kind of a goal to build something for that show every year. And then after the show, I would take the photographs of the model and then composite them into space backgrounds. And in this case, for the calendar once a year. And that was a fun gig. Did that for about
Wow.
10 years.
Would you be a judge
Wow.
at WonderCon?
I have been asked to, no.
Oh,
Well, that's
because
their loss. Hey,
yeah,
Wonderfest, if you're listening, you got to ask Bill Krause to be a judge at one of the cons. Uh, we have another follow-up question, Bill. Are you designing in 3D? And if so, what programs are you using?
I'm still pretty crude on my 3D modeling, and I'm using right now a program called SketchUp, which is something that
Yeah.
I had learned on my own in my business as a video production designer. I was building sets for a lot of our clients, and SketchUp is sort of an architectural tool. So I was using that to build rooms and things like bathrooms and kitchens and things. And in my spare time, I was realizing, hey, I can make spaces with this program. So I started
Nice.
cobbling together crudely some spacecraft and just for fun. And it's kind of like the program that I know how to use, and so I fall back to it because it's like picking up a pencil. I know how to use a pencil, so it's somehow I make it work. And I know there are better programs out there for doing this stuff, but SketchUp is working for me. So I get to a certain point where it's I like a model that the shape and design of it, and then I'll send it up to somebody else who will do the engineering for it for printing, and they'll break it apart and make it hollow and break out the various tabs and sockets and punch out windows and things so it makes it into a printable model kit basically for me. So I can get it printed, I can glue it together, reassemble it, put lights in it and so forth, and go from there. But the actual design itself is done. Kind of, I start with pencil, drawing things out, and then go into 3D from there. And there you have a wide range to do whatever you want in 3D because you can spin that model in all directions and see what that looks like and change the proportions of engines to things and hulls and scale it just right. And when I was doing it on paper, you would draw something in 2D, just a profile of something. That looks great, and then you turn it to the side, go, oh, that doesn't look good. And you didn't want to build something and spend a lot of time building something from a 2D photo or a 2D drawing because like it will look good on paper, but building in 3D is a whole other thing. So designing in 3D helps you finalize those design elements before you start cutting plastic.
Wow, that's incredible. So, that kind of goes back to what I was thinking when I mentioned it to you that, coming from working on models and scratch building back in the day to like using, computer technology to be able to think of, not only the 2D, but, now in 3D, and you kind of look at it, oh yeah, no, that won't work so well. That's something. Um, Tell us, what was it like, your experience working on Picard?
I was another surprise. I was, of course, working with Doug Drexler on the Ships of the Line calendar and was friends with John Eves, also, who's a ship designer. I don't know if you know who he is, but he designed Enterprise E and Stranger Worlds. And he's worked on, they all, both Doug and John have worked on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, uh, The Next Generation, Enterprise, all of these shows, Discovery, and then the movies. So, and John I was familiar with my work because he was also in the calendar. And he had asked me to submit my resume of model stuff to the production team of Picard season one. This is like 2021, and they didn't need me. And then when like the new showrunner took over for season Picard two and three, it was Terry Matalas and Dave Blass. Uh, they were looking at my stuff again, and they were looking basically at me building props for the radio room of the new Stargazer on Picard season two, and they were kind of going back to the old look of having like on the ready room a lineage of ships all plated in gold, kind of like these are all ships named Stargazer or Enterprise or whatever. In this case, it was a Stargazer for season two, and they wanted me to build uh, the ready room props, and they wanted me to build the newest one, the new Sagan class Stargazer, and then build the previous predecessor that was seen in the Next Generation called the Constellation Stargazer, and I rebuilt that. And then they said, while you're at it, we need a third one to fill out this niche. Can you design and build a TOS predecessor to even the TNG version? So here I am. Wow, for the first time, not even building press, but designing something for Star Trek, a ship for Star Trek. Like, wow, this is great.
That's cool.
And so that's what got me into it. And Terry Metalis and a lot of the guys had been looking at my Instagram when they realized I was building models. And Terry was a big Star Trek fan. He was really into models. He bought one of my models, and he noticed that I had this one called the Shangri-La, which is one of my first models I had built when I got back in the hobby in 2015. And he wanted to buy the Shangri-La, and I had just sold it to a friend like a year prior. So I said, well, I can build you another one. And this is between seasons 2 and 3 of Picard. So I started to build him a model of the Shangri-La, what I was calling the Mark II. And he had kind of been hinting that he might want to use it for the show. And I go, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I was thinking at that time it might just be another prop behind Geordi or Worf or somebody, way back there in one little shot. Because in season 2 of Picard, the work I did on Stargaze, you see over here, the gold-plated things, you see in one shot for 1 second behind Jerry Ryan's head in the dark. It's gone like that. It was 3 months of work,
Wow.
Oh wow,
gone. And it's
wow.
like, well, that was fun. But so Dave Blast found out that I was working on this model for Terry, and I think it was like a Friday. It was between seasons 2 and 3. There's the Shangri-La there, the original one. And he says, I hear you're working on this model for Terry. Can we see what it looks like with Picard era engines? And I'm thinking, well, okay. I happen to have a couple extra engines from the Stargazer. Uh, so I said, well, can I Photoshop something in place of what's already, because I had finished building this model and I didn't really want to take it apart. So I decided, well, I can do something pretty quick and I can mock something up in Photoshop. So I mocked up my Shangri-La with these new engines and sent it off to him. And the next day I got an email from Dave saying, we're good to go on this. We love it. And can we have all the 3D plans? And like, well, good to go. I had no idea what they're talking about. So yeah, this is going to be the hero ship for season 3, the Titan. I
Wow.
go,
Yeah, the Titan. I was about to ask you how you came up with that. That's his original design. I mean,
what? Okay. So you realize this is a 23rd century ship. I just put 25th century engines on, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Do you realize too that this is a hand-built, scratch-built model? There are no 3D plans of it anywhere. And you're like, oh, okay. So we had to get Doug Drexler into it, and I sent him every photograph I had of the Shangri-La mocked up, and he had a week to reproduce the Shangri-La digitally as the Titan. Because it was had to rush because they shot seasons 2 and 3 back to back, and they needed a hero ship right away because they had to get this into production and for visual effects, and they needed to change all the L cars and all the bridge graphics and the turbo lifts and all that kind of stuff. So it was boom, 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 rush, 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 rush. So that was
Wow.
fun. And then eventually they had me build the ready room models for that as well, which you see there.
Wow.
Which is
So, Bill, you sent them all the pictures. So you had the model, right? You had the model done,
uh-huh.
and then you sent them all the pictures that you had, and Doug got involved. And so he was working on, I guess, the graphics. What did they want from you while Doug's doing that? What were you doing?
Basically nothing. I was actually on my way to go shoot another film, working on effects for other films. So I couldn't do anything, but I was sketching out ideas, thinking
Okay.
there'd be more of like a give and take of production during that week uh, as they were working on the ship. So I was thinking, yeah, we're going to do more than just change engines, but that never happened because Terry liked it the way it was. He liked the engines swapped out on it, and they were good to go. Even though I was working on ideas for how to make it look more 25th century, uh, they were not interested in making anything more than that. But they didn't need the models for the ready room until almost 2 months later. Because originally they were going to do, I think, just some Eagle Moss toys on the wall. And so it wasn't like until like 10 days out from shooting, they realized, oh, we need some gold-plated models on the wall. Bill, what do you got laying around that we could? First, they wanted the Titan, so I had to build them a Titan and then the new Titan. And they're like, well, what do you got laying around we can use as a predecessor? And I go, what do you mean what I got laying around? Like, I got gold-plated wall or bottles on the shelf here. So I said, what about the Shangri-La that I was working on for Terry? Why can't we just use that? And they go, you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. So
Wow.
that became one of the predecessors just because,
Oh,
why not? Because
Awesome.
it's already made. And then they had almost forgot about the Luna class Titan, which was Riker's uh, ship that preceded the current Titan. So they had to rush to get that one done on their own. But it was
Wow.
a very quick window to get those built and plated before they put them on the wall.
Wow.
Because
That's
they use the
cool.
same set for both seasons 2 and 3, and you can see it in the little niche where they had the models where the holes where the other ones were. It's kind of funny.
That's cool. So you actually got to go. Did you ever visit the set while they were shooting anything? No?
No, and of course that was during COVID too. It was,
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
21,
yeah.
and we were all working remotely anyway. And they were shooting in California. I'm in Ohio, so they don't need me out there. I can work in my workshop and just send them, the models, and that was fine.
Cool. Wow. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Incredible. Do you have a favorite project?
Oh, favorite project. Um, the current one. Yeah. I don't know. They're all. I look back at all the stuff. I was actually collecting all photos for this interview and looking back at them and like remembering all the good stuff about all of them. I like this one. I like this one. I like this. So it's hard to pick just one it all just seems to kind of just melt together because I'm always working on something. I have to keep myself busy, and as soon as one's done, I have to get into it again. So I can't wait to start the next project. So when I
Wow.
finish one, I feel like there's like a letdown. It's like, I need something else to work on. So it's just like the drive of creating is always fresh, and that's what keeps me going.
That's incredible.
There's my favorite.
Wow.
The bird of prey.
Oh
Yeah, the
yes.
bird of prey is beautiful. It really is.
That is
Look
beautiful.
at that. Wow.
That's a painted bird on the bottom of that thing.
Yeah.
That was some work.
Wow.
And,
That's
and
three
that,
one 350. It's a nice big model.
So, Bill, where do you keep the models that you have? Like, you got to have somewhere to, like
I have two.
you have two.
What?
Whoa.
Wow.
The
Oh,
javelin you
man.
saw, the shuttlecraft, I keep. My wife likes it, so
Oh,
she says don't
wow.
sell that. It's okay. And then the chaparral, which it might be in one of the folders I sent.
Wow.
Those are the only two I have.
what's the
Wow.
biggest scale you've done?
What's that?
What was the biggest scale you've worked on?
Biggest scale. Um, Probably the full size Galileo prop. Um, Back in 1992, 91 through 93, it was brought from Los Angeles to Akron, Ohio, where the owner had lived, and she purchased it from whoever owned it. And it's been sitting out in the desert for, 30 years. And she brought this thing on a boat trailer. It was full of sand. And my friend had wrote me into it. It says, "Hey, we'll go and we'll repaint this thing for her." And sight unseen, we had no idea what the condition of this thing. And it arrived, and it's like, oh my God, this is completely dry rotted. It needs every bit of it replaced before we can start painting.
Oh,
It's 1-to-1 scale. This is a 22 foot long, full size wooden prop that's been sitting outside for a long time. We spent 2 years restoring it, and we're this close to finishing it. And we got tired of doing it, and she got tired of doing it. And we parted ways, and it sat outside again for another 20 years. And all of our work
Really?
was for
Wow.
naught. And then it was then auctioned off in like 2012, I think it was, and then re-restored. And now it's beautiful. I think you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
was at the some kind of Houston
That's
Space Center, and
Yeah, that's
uh,
fascinating. I'd read the article, I guess it was probably the refit where they actually, right before its condition now, where they said that, they had to replace, unfortunately, a lot of it was no longer any good. So that was definitely after you had done the work
yeah,
on it. And
yep.
so they were saying that a lot of what's left of it is really, there's not a lot of original of the shuttle. It's all kind of.
There was no wood left on it. That's original. We had saved some of it that was still original. Actually, most of it was the frame was original, but it's built on a metal frame, and that lasts forever. And the engine nacelles are steel pipe, so
Oh
that's
wow.
but all the skinning and all the wood bracing is all had to be replaced. It was just masonite, it was never meant to last more than the TV series, and they were just sitting outside to the elements for
Wow.
decades.
Oh my God, so cool. I remember, like I said, I read this whole article on, the what had happened to the Galileo 7 and how they actually saved it and so you actually got to work on that. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at some of the other work that some of the other models, and there you go. There's a Klingon battle cruiser.
Yep.
Right. That's
Cool.
a 1350 D7 Katinga that I modified quite a bit and
Wow.
just to make it a little different.
Oh
There it
man,
is in
look,
primer.
that's cool. That is really, really cool. I think that's John One's one of his favorites. Look at that. That's sweet.
It's my one and only
Unbelievable.
Klingon ship.
That is so cool. Oh man. So
Yeah,
Bill, when you display your stuff, like where do you like what do you how do you do it? How do you have do you have a special case made? Like what's the
I have two
process?
models.
It's like
That's
say he
it.
only has two models.
Yeah,
Oh, that's it?
yeah.
Nothing. Wow.
I used to have
Oh,
a pretty big case when I had was before I was selling them. If I was building these things for the shows, and I had a big display case in my studio at work downtown, like 6 foot by 6 foot, 2 feet deep, and I had kept a lot of them in there. And then when I retired and I was closing the studio down, it's like I can't bring these home. I have no place for them. So I started to sell them, and I sold them all one at a time. And now I'm just on. So everything I'm building now is by commission. Like this Klingon ship here, it was I build them and they're sold within seconds. But they're all right now. They're all lined up. They're specifically built for a client, one at
Wow.
a time. So as soon as they're done, they get shipped out and they go to their client
what's the
worldwide.
Good
what's the
for
going
you. That
price?
is
Yeah.
From
That's the
England to Canada, you name it.
wow.
that's your company, Taco Yards. The Taco
Taco
Yards.
is my fictional starship yard. I come up with some kind of name. That's not Utopia. It's Taco, and it's another 2001 reference referring to the where they first discovered the monolith on the moon in
Hmm.
2001. It's called the TMA-1, Tycho Magnetic Anomaly 1, because it was found in Tycho crater. So I figured well, that's a great place to put a shipyard. So that's where that comes from.
So if I wanted to order like a Romulan bird of prey, I would. What would do you have a website or do you have how would I contact
Oh
you?
no, well, right now I'm not taking on any new projects because the wait list is like 2 years long. I mean,
Yeah.
I have more projects than I have, I think, life left in me. I mean,
Ah, come on.
I mean, I've drawn the lines like I can't take on any new projects. A lot of the work I do now is for a lot of repeat customers, and because they know what it takes to, and what these things cost, and and anymore, I build only my design. I'm not building another Deep Space Nine. I'm not building Voyagers. You're getting a Bill Krause ship because, hey, you're getting a custom made job. You're gonna get me to make it for you. And why not just get a completely unique job? Because anybody can build you an Enterprise or a Voyager or Deep Space Nine. But, if you want me to build you something, then, why not have fun and build something totally brand new and unique and uh, you'll be the only one that ever has it. So uh, that's what I do. So if people come to say, can you build me an enterprise? I go, which one? Is it mine? That one I'll build for you. I'm not going to build
Oh,
you a refit or an A or B or C or D or D. Yeah, it's got to be a G.
wow.
Cool.
Bill,
But
that's
I've
That is
built plenty of those. It's like I am not building anymore.
that is so cool. So is there any chance we're gonna see you at a convention, like at a panel or anything?
I'm at a local convention next month here in Cleveland. They put me up on they got something with a booth. So I'll bring I have a book that I produced last year. I've now been my fifth reprint. So they'll be available for sale at my table. I've got posters I sell of composites of my artwork of ships, pins and patches, and all the couple models that's sitting there for display. But that's it.
What's the name of your book?
It's Tycho Shipyards Volume 1.
Excellent. Is it available on Amazon?
No, it's only through me.
Oh,
And it's self-published, so I'm having them printed. They're shipped to me, and most everybody wants them to be autographed. So I
yeah.
can't autograph them and have them shipped from Amazon. I mean, how's that going to work? So people order from me, and I autograph them and I send them off. And they,
What's your website?
it's, I don't have one, but if you look under my social media platforms, on Facebook or uh, is it Blue Sky, Instagram, yeah, it'd be find me there. But I only do them in small runs, so I'm not inundated by,
Mm.
a lot of orders. I don't have a lot of time to be doing this and working on models, so I kind of like just do it just as a small thing, for friends and people who know and who want one. But if I make it widely available, then I'll be doing nothing but printing
Sorry.
out books and posters. Like, gosh, I'm going to the post office like every day. It's like I can't get anything done. So I like to keep
Wow.
it small and you know, I've printed over 500 of these things, and I'm like, gosh, this is too much work. But
Wow.
it's fun. Actually, I'm working in a volume 2, which will be out hopefully this
Oh,
year
no
too. So,
kidding. Well, I'll tell you what, Bill, if you when and if you're ready with the volume two and you wanna come on over on IFB again and give everybody the heads up and have let them know what the batch is and maybe give some of the fans here a crack at getting your book. I know a lot of them would love to have one of your copies, especially that
well,
it's going to be autographed as a volume two. We'd love to have you back.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Right.
So any last questions, John?
No, I mean, it's a pleasure to meet you. I mean, it's been very good. It was a really, the Hollywood guys pretty interested in the models. Were they easy to work with? I mean, did they give you like design specs? This ship has to be this way. This has to look that way. Or just you made it and you roll with it, right?
For Picard season 2 for the Stargazers, there was no direction given for what they wanted on the wall. Other than they wanted a predecessor, earlier version of the Stargazer. So I gave them a bunch of ideas, not knowing really kind of where they wanted to go with it. And but I did infuse a lot of my own design style into all of them because hey, if I'm getting a shot at it, it's going to look like a Bill Krause ship. So and they didn't, I don't think really cared too much as long as it looked like it fit the part. So after they picked the one that they did like, I spent the week just kind of refining it to make it a little bit better. Even though these are just gold-plated models, so there's not a lot of detail on them. I wanted to make it look, somewhat good, even though you'd only see it for a blink of an eye like that. But I had no idea at the time that was,
Wow.
such short screen time. But when I did the Titan, there was no direction other than, hey, put these inches on your model and take it from there. Thanks, bye. And so, uh, they're professionals. They don't need me to give them any ideas. They've got plenty of professionals out there who do this every day. So I'm just thrilled to be involved in the small way that I was.
Yeah,
Very
I love
cool.
that was a great series. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Bill, thank you so much again for taking the time out of your busy schedule. We look forward to having you come back. So all the best, and here's to you. Of course, I got my Captain
Ciao.
Kirk shirt. So there you go. All the
Why is
best,
mine
Bill.
blurred out? I don't know why. Oh,
Oh,
here, there
there
it
you
is.
go.
It says chow on it. What? It's like why is it
How
blurred
dare
out?
you? Yeah.
Some kind of, but cheers anyway, guys.
Take care,
Thank you
Bill.
so
Thank you
much.
so much. Hope to see you soon again.
Thanks so much, guys.
thank you
Wow,
again.
that's really, really cool. Way talk about, making models, man. That's something.
It's funny he was talking about the 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 8 millimeter film. I got to do mine. Like I said, I used to make models, and we would make races. Mine were all
Oh, we got to
cars.
see your stuff. That'd
Yeah, I
be
got to
fun.
find
Just
that
to.
one and get
Oh
it
yeah,
converted. It
that'd
would be
be
amazing.
cool.
Love to
Oh
see
heck
some of
yeah.
his. I mean, 'cause that's
Oh,
I
imagine.
love models when I
Oof.
was a kid, and then airbrushes and everything else, and I did all that stuff, and then I guess I just fell out of it. It was
Yeah, it's
it's a lot of when I was a kid I had a lot more time, and then then life hits you and you've got a job and you've got things to do, and
that's right.
it's just hard to to find the ability to sit back and do a model. I mean, it's very therapeutic.
It is.
Built it
really is.
It was because I built I built the Cylon Raider, I built the Battlestar.
Oh yeah.
Built the what was that one? It was not the Star Trek. It was a huge model from one of the sci-fi shows. I can't remember, but it was huge. I built I would loved World War II, so I built a 1/24th scale Focke-Wulf F-190, FW-190. That was fun. Drilled out take a pin drill and drill out the guns and everything else, and did all of that stuff. But
that's cool. Yeah, man.
That all left when I left for the Navy. I think that all got garbaged.
Well, when you retire, you can go back and build.
No. When I retire, I've got a lot more work to do. I've got no, I don't have time for
therapy, man. It's all about the therapy. You just do your little more. You just get one of your models and build a model and then blow it up, because I know
that's what I used to do. Yeah, I used to take firecrackers and blow up the
absolutely. John, thank you for inviting Bill. Appreciate it. It was a great interview. Great guy. He's a fan that got into this, and so it's so cool that he's doing this. Wasn't his main profession.
Yeah.
Bill ended up getting back into this.
I can't believe he's only kept 2
hobby. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. He doesn't want to clutter and leave things for others to worry about. What cool. Just I love it. I love the way his
perfect.
Yeah.
I wonder how much an original.
Yeah.
We didn't ask him. I wonder how much an original goes for.
Screen show. Sorry.
Yeah. No, we didn't. But just want to shout out here to Sci Fiction. Owen Cotter, thanks for tuning in, Owen. Hope things are going good on your end. It's great to see you, John. Oh, George Zuvalos, our very own Captain Martin, dropped in. Thanks, George, for joining us. Appreciate it. I think was there anybody else? Oh, yeah, Commander Kane. Thank you for joining us tonight. Eric, thanks for coming on. We are pretty much set for our convention update. I know that Erika is in the green room waiting, and this is going to be part of our new IFB segment. So every month or so, we're going to have every month is what we're shooting for, is to have Erika's convention segment come on, and so we're looking forward to that. And so yes, Convention Corner. That's right, Erika's Convention Corner. So
it's not what we called it.
Let's bring on Erika and
Convention Corner. I like that one better than what we came out with.
Yeah, that's probably better. Yes, that's right. Erika's Convention.
Great. Now I got to go back and change it. All right, hang on. There she is.
All right, so we'll
change that as we speak.
As we speak, yes. We were gonna just do a con talk, but that's kind of cheap. No, we're gonna do Erika's Convention Corner. We love it. Erika, how are you? Thanks for coming back.
Oops, the
excellent.
ONOF.
So,
there we go.
I know that you're going to tell us about there's cons that are by you, and then there's some other cons that you've picked up on, and you're gonna tell us some info on. You're also going to remind everybody to visit the minicon as well. So that's coming up.
Go check out the minicon.
Yep. So I'm ready when you are.
Okay. What is the number up to for that dare you guys have going with Tipsy?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question, and I'm glad that you brought it up, because
I was hoping you'd forget about it.
Because I went on. Nah, yeah.
No, sorry.
Yes, way to go, Erika. Very way to go. Yeah, I have to talk to. I'm gonna reach out to Chris Fian, because there's a thing with the link. I don't know I'm not too sure how it was. If it was supposed to, you just
Hmm.
click it, and
Gee
then I
darn.
guess it takes you to a site that you can. Don't. Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't work that way. I think there's like a couple of other weird steps. I gotta talk to him so
Yeah,
that he
let me
can
see if I
send
can
us
find
a
it.
direct link. Yeah, right. You're gonna find it because yeah,
He's
that was
totally
a.
not. He's totally not.
Land giving, that's not
But
Totally
it.
not.
anyway, no, that's not it. I I threw up. There's a couple of there was this and there's another con that Erica's gonna attend, but
I remember.
yeah. All right, but if you're good to go, Erica, then take it away.
We do have one here in North Carolina this weekend. In Winston, it's Congregate 12, I think. It's the number. I'm not entirely sure. Um, that's usually like independent gamers, films, writers. And I only know about it because a friend of mine who's part of the Southern Belle Ghostbusters told me about it. So, shouts out to the Southern Belle Ghostbusters. Thanks, John.
There you go.
John Dendero told me about it. Um, and we have what else do we have going on? We have Shore Leave is supposed to be this weekend in Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
Um,
Yeah,
I looked to see who was there.
That's a good con. We've met the chairman. It's a fan run. They set up a table at Awesome Con in DC, and so we've met a lot of them. We've had some of their people previously on IFB, and it's one of the oldest Star Trek fan run conventions running, and we're working on some angles for next year. So stay tuned for exclusive updates with Erica
Yeah,
as we kind of lock down some of that
yeah,
stuff.
definitely let me know about that. Um, I know you guys have that one coming up on the 19th. I sent John. I know I sent you some stuff. Um, I don't know if you got it yet. You should be getting it if you haven't. For your table that you asked me for.
Oh, cool.
We have um he asked for some stuff on the Serenity Fleet, so I sent it to him.
Cool.
What else do we have going on? We have one in Fayetteville in October that I know the Gunstar that's attached to the Raven has a table, that they're going to have a table there. 'Cause I spoke to Rear Admiral Ranson and he told me all about that. So I may be stopping by that one day to just say hi to them. There's GalaxyCon Raleigh this year.
Okay.
It's not as big Star Trek as it usually is, but I know I looked up to see who was there. Susan Sarandon is going to be there.
Oh, excellent.
Gina Davis.
Nice.
William Shatner.
Of course.
Brett Spiner. Gates McFadden, which I would love to meet Crusher. She's one of the other characters I liked. Kellen Lutz. Keir Smith and Jason Isaacs, who was in Harry Potter. He played Draco Malfoy's father, Lucius Malfoy.
Awesome.
So they're all going to be at Raleigh. Star Trek Vegas, the Trek to Vegas. I looked at the guest list. I was told that EJO was going to be there. I did not see him on the guest list, so I don't know if he's canceled or that's just a rumor I heard.
Okay.
But he's not listed on there. But they're doing a 30-year anniversary for Star Trek Voyager. Captain Janeway will be there.
Ooh.
Seven of Nine, Tuvok. Trying to remember who else. A lot of the cast from there is going to be on there. Other ones going, LeVar Burton.
Oh, wow.
All I think of is Reading Rainbow when I hear of him.
So true, so true.
Being an 80s kid, you know. Jonathan Franks is going to be there. Gates McFadden again. William Shatner, Brent Spiner. Colm Meaney is going to be there. He played
Wow.
Chief O'Brien,
Yeah.
so he's going to be there. The one time I really want to go because like at least 2 guys are going to be there that I want to see, and I can't go. I loved Chief O'Brien.
Yeah, I don't. He doesn't do a lot of conventions, so that would have been really
I
cool to see.
don't
yeah.
really see him in a lot of conventions.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh look,
I
here's
got.
the old man.
I sort of got a
there.
guest list for Dragon Con. The only BSG member who's going to be there is Katie.
Yep.
Oh no
And
kidding.
she's only there for
She's always there.
Star Wars.
Like Dragon Con, Katie's there. William Shatner, Garrett Wong,
Wang.
who played Ensign Kim, is going to be there.
Yeah, he actually runs one of the panels. He's always there because he
One of
is
the
in
tracks.
charge of the Star Trek
Is he?
fan group. So he's always there.
Um,
Oh yeah,
Fun.
he's cool.
He's a really great guy.
There's only 3 people that I want to see that are going to be there, and that's people from the Ghost Hunters shows that we're on, and that's
Oh.
Adam Berry, Amy Brunei, and Dave Tango. And again, the one year I can't go, and there's people I want to see.
You got to shoot for the next year because I mean,
I-
this is the tease. They're teasing you,
Gotta
Erika.
get
That's
the
what that is.
money.
They're teasing you.
They are. They're teasing me, especially with
Yeah.
Katie.
Yeah, yeah.
Last time I saw her was up in Richmond. I know John said he was going to the BSG salute,
The
which
BSG
means you
what?
better bring back lots of pictures.
The BSG what? Saloon?
Yeah, the BSG salute in September.
Oh, salute. Okay.
That's
You okay there, Tipsy? No more drinking for you.
I think it's drink enough. Yeah, I mean, still got
I think we may
lots
have to
left.
cut you off or something.
Need to get more.
Eric. I think that's the creation convention. That
Creation?
Salute to BSG is Creation Entertainment.
yeah, and they're focusing on the 2004. So
Yes.
it's going to be
2004.
heavy. It's all of them, and creation's been around forever. So they'll I'm sure they're going to have a nice setup. So that's going to be interesting and see how that plays out. What's your take on the scene? Right, if you're going to like when you go to the con, what do you focus on?
Depends on how big the con is.
Okay, that's good.
The larger cons, it depends on who's there that I'm interested in. Like Jason Isaacs, because I'm a huge Potterhead. Sorry guys, I love me some Harry Potter. If they have BSG people, old school or reimagined, I'm there. I'm there. So I was kind of disappointed I didn't get to go out to Texas for Comic Palooza to see everybody, which kind of bums me out. But I
always
usually
nice
look
here.
to see usually the panels. I'm more interested in the panels.
Okay.
Um,
How long
I
in
think
advance? How long in advance? If you were going to give advice, like if you were gonna like say, okay, you know what, like I'm also gonna tell you guys to keep in mind there should be a couple of things, and these are it. Like, can you give well, let's start with just one. What's the one thing that you'd say? Listen, when it comes to cons, you should kind of keep this in mind.
if they're out of state cons like the Salute to BSG or Dragon Con, make sure you book it early enough that you don't have to book it last minute where they try to upcharge you because you're booking last minute. A lot of people that I know who do that book it a year in advance.
Wow.
At least I'd go 6 months in advance. As soon as I knew the dates, I'd probably book the hotel and a flight.
Yeah, if you're gonna book
6
a hotel
months.
for Dragon Con, it's a year in advance.
Oh look, there's
Wow.
Tomo, my buddy. I love him.
They got quite the lineup for this one, the creation one.
Yeah, they have quite the lineup for the BSG salute. I so wanted I was this close in what was it? What was in Richmond? I can't remember the
We met
con it
him.
was. I was that close to him.
we met him. We met him at I think it was Knoxville convention that we went to, Fanboy Expo. and we
Yeah,
got pictures and autographs. That was courtesy of
I know.
the Tipsy Toaster. Was great. We had a good
I
time.
lost that
Really nice
photograph, by
guy.
the way. I
Like
don't even
that.
know
That's
where it's
like I would love to be like just 5 minutes with him. Like I'd be good. Um, so you can give me about an hour with Tom O'Pennican and I'd be good.
All right, cool. So tell us, bring us up, remind everybody on the two cons, right? There's two cons, one that you're going to and the one that we're going to be at. So make sure that we
Right.
plug those.
The one that I'm gonna be at is in November on the 2nd. It's the Eastgate Fall Show.
Okay,
I will be there in full uniform.
awesome.
Not sure if it's gonna be as a Dama or if it's going to be as Agathon. Haven't decided which rank I'm putting on,
Okay,
along with which dog tags, which is the only difference, guys. But when I was there the last year, when the Galactica was commissioned, I actually did their costume contest and actually won
wow,
in
cool.
my Galactica uniform.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I
Very
actually
cool.
won in the Galactica uniform. So I still have the trophy. It's over in the corner there.
That is so
So-
cool. Actually, I just saw that James McCoy posted something you'll find interesting and very appropriate for your segment here, and it's the Klingon Language Institute. The Kepa convention will be held from July 25th to the 27th in Indianapolis at the Hyatt. Yes, the Hyatt Place Indianapolis Airport. We have a special conference rate of $128 a night plus tax using the conference code GKLNG. Reserve your room today. Note that this link has the default check-in dates set as Wednesday, July 24th, and the default checkout day set as July 28th. So if that doesn't match your plans, please be sure to adjust it. And there you go. Thank you, James, for putting in the
Thanks,
link.
James.
Thanks for very cool since it's appropriate for our convention corner. And then
It's our little corner.
and you got to let remind everybody on our on the con that we're going to go to on July 19th.
It's a charity con,
Yep.
if I remember you guys telling me correctly, for
Yep.
cerebral palsy, which
Yep.
awesome thing. Make sure you guys donate so we can get that dare for Tipsy to go on.
Gee, I don't know where that link went. Oh.
Yeah.
Of course you
Don't
don't.
worry. I'll put up another one.
I'm
So-
pretty sure. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Pete will find it and
Oh,
post it everywhere.
So check this out, Erica. We're gonna have a giveaway
Ooh.
wheel. So we're gonna set that up. And
Wheel of color.
oh yeah. So you actually, it's a dry erase, so we can write on each one of these. So
Okay.
you get to spin it, and then wherever it stops. So we're gonna be filling that up, and we're gonna give away individual cards. All right. So these
Nice.
are from the 2004
Okay,
set.
that's from the reimagined.
And then I have a
Cool.
bunch of these. These are from
The original.
the complete Battlestar Galactica that issued January 2004. And so so on the spinner, right? On the spinner, if you get, if it says, card, you'll get one of the cards. We're also going to give away, we have, check this out, original wax pack
Photo card.
right? So this is the actual wax pack cover.
You guys are
from the
killing
original
me.
card. Yep. So that'll be written in on here. So if you get, you spin, and if it stops on that, you get to get one of those. And we're gonna have some other stuff to give away at
Guys
the
are killing
table.
me.
So we'll have our table at the mini con, and
Awesome. Yeah, definitely donate so we can have Tipsy do his little dare.
Oh yeah, I would
I'm
love
so
that.
looking
Wouldn't
forward
that
to
be
seeing the
so
video
cool?
of that.
Oh, that'd be so cool. So yeah, so we're looking forward, Tipsy.
If I have to do it, I'm going to do it inside of Fian's car.
Nonetheless, we're gonna have a great time. Last year we had a blast. This year we're gonna have a blast as well. We get a table. We set it up with the backdrop, and this year we'll have the little, this thing. So everybody will come up. You scan the QR code The QR code will be for our the Stranded Warrior trailer, right? So if you scan, right, you do the QR code, you show us that you're actually that your phone or whatever has the thing, you get the spin, and whatever the spin says, you get to keep on IFB.
Nice. You guys definitely have more fun than we do because I know the USS Serenity usually gives away chocolate, little chocolate bars.
Oh yeah, no, we're
The Galactica
That
we
should
have
be one of
to
the one of the spin things, Pete. Is chocolate. Yeah.
candy. Well,
Candy.
my ship being the Galactica that it is, we have to outdo the Starfleet people. We give away blow pops.
Nah, we have so we had qubits print 3D printed for the convention that never happened because of the pandemic, and so we have a lot of those. Remember, Chris? We have like
I gotta find mine.
I still have a bag of those, so that'll be one of the things we give
What
away.
happens
So
when you
again,
move?
it'll be on the spinner. If it stops on it, you get one of those.
You guys, you're too far away.
Yeah, you
You're
see
teasing
that?
me. It's not nice.
We'll make sure that we'll try to see what we can save for you, Erika.
We'll spin one for you. Yes.
Yeah, we'll spin one for you and we'll record it. That's what we're gonna do. So get this: the first spin that we do at the Minicon, it'll be on video. We can't promise it'll be live because sometimes there's no bandwidth there. It may not work. We will record it. So the first spin, that'll be dedicated to Erika, and then it'll go up one way or the other. It'll go up, and we'll save whatever that is, and then we'll end up sending that to you. How's that, Erika?
And then
That's awesome.
we're also donating things for the auction.
Eric Jankowicz that you guys said hi to. Yeah, he's the reason. He's the reason for the green blow pop. He made a comment.
Excellent.
So, Eric, this one's yours. I'm sending it to you there in Kentucky, and you're now doing extra duty in the CIC for the next week. Enjoy that.
See, there you go. Lola, it's simple. All you do is you come up, and I'm gonna have a QR code on the table, right? It'll be laminated. It'll be on the table, and if you want to spin, all you do is use your phone, and you scan the QR code. It takes you to our trailer for the Stranded Warrior.
Right, the Stranded Warrior.
Right, so you show that to us, and then you gladly get the spin, and wherever it stops, that's what you get as a thank you for stopping over and saying hello to IFB. We'll be there with John 1 as well. We'll have a lot of fun. And like I said, the first spin is going to be
First spin is
Erika.
mine.
Yep.
Yay! John has my address, so it's all good.
Perfect.
Or we'll have my address.
All right, good enough. Erika, thank you very much for taking the time out, right? This is the inaugural convention corner, right? And so every month,
That's what we're calling it, okay?
Every month you'll be adding more. You'll be telling us more, more about the cons. And then same thing. Tipsy will have the website up, and then you talk it through. You like you did. You pick out some of the who's there and who's coming and stuff like that. And sounds like a lot of fun. We all love conventions.
Yeah, it's always fun. Conventions are always fun.
Cool. Well, here's to you, Erika. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks for doing
Not a problem,
what you're
guys.
doing.
Thank you, Erika.
Take care.
No problem.
Excellent. The Wheel of Misfortune. Oh, come on, James. That's only if one of the choices is the surstroming, right? So every one of these,
that should be it. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do it.
10 people, if 10 people, right? If 10 people get the surstroming, then Tipsy's got to do it.
No, that's not what I said. They
no,
do it.
The
They do it.
Tipsy has to eat the surstroming. That would be perfect.
I think that day I'll forget a can opener. Oops.
Worse.
Forgot the can opener.
Oh,
well.
No, it's all good, man. All good. So John, are you looking forward? Is there anybody at that con, the mini con, that you're looking to? Because I know there's a bunch of guests, so
Yes.
I'm kind of hoping. I'm hoping that
An actress from the last Starfighter again. I got to get her.
Yeah, I got her autograph, and last year I bid on the signed Blu-ray, and I won that.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're
That
giving
was-
away Eagle Moss Daggett. So that'll be, that won't be given away. That'll be one of the
charity
auctions.
Yeah.
And then Pete's got some things, I think, too.
Yep. So we're going to.
Sorry, I
We're
had to
gonna
start
be
another
there.
beer. I ran out of the other one.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, there's gonna, Brimstone, the wrestler. I've met him many times. Really cool dude. When I used to do Nexus Radio, we had him on the show. Really cool dude. I know that the DeLorean, Chris Fien's DeLorean, all
Which
set
is
up.
going to be horrible when it's all that Strom gets in the back seat.
It's like-
There is
So
a
yeah,
back seat, by the way.
it's going to be a lot of fun. The ECG will be there.
I think I would give another $100 if I have to do it. I would give another $100 to get Fian to do it with me.
Oh, I don't know, man. Well, let's talk to him when we're there.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
actually
there.
talk to him, and we'll see if it's possible.
It's a very
Let's
good
see.
one.
All it is we're not eating it because it's swollen, and that's probably
You have to eat it. It's
no.
one of the things you have to-
That's
yes, yes,
swollen,
yes.
buddy.
Yes.
That's
There's
swollen.
nothing wrong. It's fermentation.
Dude, no.
You're drinking fermented liquids.
Yeah,
and
no,
there's nothing wrong with that.
You've seen this thing. It's swollen. Look,
It's beautiful.
it's swollen. It can't be healthy.
It's
This-
like wine.
This is
man.
rotten.
It's like wine.
It's
Have you guys
It's
rotten.
better. It's
Yes.
better.
See, I'm surprised
Actually, it's
it's not
gotten bigger.
leaking right now. That's why
It's
it's
gotten
wrapped in
bigger
the
than
bag.
last time.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
it's
getting bigger every
awesome.
day.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't squeeze it. Whatever you do.
I'm afraid to touch it half the time.
You're gonna
I'm like,
evacuate the
you're gonna
house if
blow
that
up.
opens up, man.
If it does blow up, ooh, I can feel the squishy, roundy. Oh,
Oh
I need to put
boy.
that in a plastic bag just in case.
Hey Gary, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Gary
Sorry for the
came
noise.
on last week and gave us an update on what it was like to be out at Comic Palooza with Dave. Thanks for dropping in. So very, very cool. We're just talking a little bit about the fact that the three of us will be attending the Sci-Fi Minicon 2025 out in Long Island. It's in Levittown, at the Levittown Hall in Hicksville, New York. And it's, let's see, when are the doors open?
Hang on.
Let's see. Do we know
Give me
when
a sec-
there
give me a second,
is?
I'll pull it up.
Was it 12
Yeah,
to 4?
let's-
11 to 4?
Oh, 12 o'clock. 12 to 5, guys. 12 to 5. We will be there from 12 to 5. Blast the Troopers going on. It's from the 501st ECG. The Saber Guild will be there. Let's see. The Rebel Legion will be there. The, let's see. It's the, I don't know who else is going to be there. I'm trying to, real quick, just looking at.
Interfleet Broadcasting is going to be there.
Yeah, of course, we're going to be there. Let's see. Michael C. Williams, who is in the Blair Witch Project, Altered, and Ghost Game. We said that Catherine Mary Stewart from The Last Starfighter, she'll be there. She was there last year. She's coming back. That's awesome. And a bunch of others, man. There's always some. Oh, yeah. Michael Jan Friedman, Star Trek novelist and comic book author. He's done dozens and dozens of Star Trek books, and he'll be there, which is really, really cool. And there was let's see. Oh, yes, the Ghostbusters cosplay guys, they will be there as well, just to name a few. So looking forward to
look, guys,
attending and
It's-
helping out.
Look at the cost of this thing. It's too much.
It's free, absolutely free. It's incredible, and so there's no fee at the door. You go in and they have charity auctions. They have raffles for things. There's everybody's there. It's a mini convention, so the tables are all set around the hall, and
Yep.
then up on stage, one of the groups will be on. So whether it's the Empire City Garrison or the Rebel Legion or one of the other groups will be performing or doing something, and then they'll stop and then they'll do one of the auctions. Really cool stuff. We're glad that we've been invited to go back, so we're looking forward to that, and I'm glad to have John one with us again. Last year he was there, be here this year again, and so we're set up to give away stuff as well. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tipsy?
hopefully we.
We'll have a good time.
We definitely will.
Always, always. So we're looking forward
Dumping
to
this
that,
film
and
in
we're gonna
Picard.
later in the year, later in 2025, as the film festival circuit heats up. Of course, the Stranded Warrior has already been selected for four. We are now involved in four film festivals. Three of them are international. We've won separately. We've already won a couple of awards for the Stranded Warrior short film. However, all of you guys know that we've won 15, no less than 15 awards for the trailer. The trailer itself is a international film festival winner. The poster, the official poster for the Stranded Warrior, has also won. So, we've done really, really well. And the idea has always been that the Stranded Warrior is a showcase. And it's a way to get the word out. It's a way to, expand what Battlestar Galactica should be, right? So there's a lot of people, younger people that have not seen it, that are not familiar with it, and so this is our way of trying to get the word out. And we're looking forward to bringing you good news on where we're at, and stay tuned, because every month from now on till January of 2026, we'll be getting back feedback on the status of the Stranded Warrior. And there's also our other project called the Tower Protocol Resurrection, which we've all been involved, and that's a whole other thing. But stay tuned, and we'll keep you up to speed. That's also starting to make a splash and started winning some awards. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We also wanted to make sure that we want to let everybody out there know that Battlestar Galactica fans are equal to Star Trek and Star Wars and some of the others, whether it's the MCU or some of those other big ones, right, that are cranking out fan films and things all the time, right? There is almost more than enough to go around of these others, and Battlestar Galactica is no less than any of the others. And so that's another small reason that we decided to get into it. Stay tuned for some really, really good fan fiction that John One is working on. I already had the privilege of reading one of the installments, and I really, really enjoyed it. I like the way they started the story. The characters that are involved. It's good. We'll leave it at that. That'll be coming out in the future as well, hopefully this year. I told you about the book, our homage to Battlestar Galactica. That'll be coming out later in the year through Crystal Lake, which they've already announced. So that's going to be up on Amazon and Barnes and everywhere else that Crystal Lake, publishes with and through for distribution. So stay tuned for that. We'll have copies hopefully again later in the year. Once they come out, when we go to shows, we'll have copies to be able to autograph and sell at cover price. So stand by for all of that, guys. All good things. Yeah. Facebook is filtering out some comments. Is it really? That's strange.
Weird.
Yeah. If you had the money, would you make a whole movie of the Stranded Warrior?
We have it.
Yes.
We have it.
We
have it written, but we.
So yes, we have it written. It was designed as a episode.
Yeah,
so
full length. Yeah.
A full length TV episode to mimic an episode from the original Battlestar Galactica. Now, could it be tweaked so that it could be, say, like like an hour and 20 minutes, or say like an hour and 20 minutes? It could, but the goal was for it to be as long as an episode of Battlestar Galactica. Of course, that's something that, yes, if we had a budget that was maybe 3 times what we raised, then most definitely we could have definitely done that. But for now, our
A lot more green
short
screen
film,
would have been needed, but the short film is good. I think we will. We talked. We're going to release the entire script after
Yes.
we release the
festival run.
festival run.
Yes, so after the
We'll
festival
have an
run,
idea of what it was going to be.
what it was going to be. So all of you that were involved in the Indiegogo fundraising that we did that helped produce The Stranded Warrior, you will be getting an original copy of the screenplay as it was envisioned by us. So yeah, everybody will get that, and there's a couple other perks. We had a table reading that we recorded that you guys will get as well. So that's all part of that. We've learned a lot, and that was another part of this, right? Is getting into and trying to keep up with technology. You can never keep up, right? It's a losing battle to try to keep up. It's trying to use what's available to the best of your ability. And at the time we did, now we could do so much more after learning.
I mean, after I've
Yeah.
learned so much editing pieces and just the directing pieces, I think you look back on it and go, I would have done this different, I would have done that different, and there's probably 1,000 things I would have done different.
Oh, we could. Yeah, there's the other thing is, guys, that when you're making when you're filming, there's certain things that you can control and certain things you can't.
Like your cameraman's car breaking down a state away.
Yep. Right, that's totally out of your control. I mean, his tire blew out and there was no way that he could get to us. We ended up having to shoot with one camera for half a day instead of shooting with multiple cameras. And that became an issue. There were
editing became a real big issue.
Yeah, there were
lighting
issues
issue because of the
we
power
couldn't control,
problems.
Power problems at the facility. So these things, in looking back, these are certain things that we would want to control no matter what, right? So we've learned from that, and now we would know how to do it even better. So, but yeah, there's a bigger story.
Better and probably cheaper.
Yes, and cheaper. Yeah. So after the festival run, we'll have a show. We'll have a whole show exclusively on the Stranded Warrior, and we'll talk about the rest of the story, and then we can get into some of the details on some of the issues that
play the video and go through it director's cut style. Yeah. Hey, this is what happened at this point, and this is what happened. Because it's just a funny story because our cameraman, his car broke down, and then he ripped his pants down the backside, so he was wearing just a pair of Colonial Warrior pants while he was filming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was incredible. It was just the amount of things that could go wrong that started going wrong with us. Day one, outside of our control. And so we did a lot of improvising. We did a lot of and we did, and so we pulled it off. And we have a good product. We're very happy with what we've put out. And I mean, John was with us. John is a production coordinator. And so
I can't believe how great day one went.
And day two was almost a total disaster. Yeah.
It was fun.
Oh yeah. So
but that's a great story. I mean those are kind of things that we'll definitely be able to talk about later on, and there's some memories that we'll never forget. That's for damn sure.
Oh, absolutely. That's 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah. All good stuff, guys. Doc Macaulay's birthday is soon. So it'll be before the next show. So I want to wish him happy birthday to Doc Macaulay, right? Yep. Cheers.
Cheers, sir. Wrong beer. I'm going to try that one.
So, I guess that's hopefully
he's a busy man. Busy man.
Yeah, busy man. Hope you go out and celebrate and have a good time.
Maybe he'll take a nap. Maybe that would be the celebration he really needs.
He needs to go into like a cryogenic, one of those cryogenic
Chambers.
beds.
Actually,
Yes.
Actually, I think if we could just convince the Cylons to just take his brain and duplicate it, drop it into a robotic body, I think we're set after that. I think that's
they
that's
would-
the
no more
solution,
sleep.
right?
Yeah, no more sleep.
What is it? The put him in the cryo. What the heck was it? Gun on
I
Ice
mean,
Planet Zero.
yeah, one of those cryo. Was it the prison, the
prison,
cell that they put him in?
Yeah, this is
Oh boy.
take him away and put him in the cryo
Yeah.
chamber.
Oh boy.
I will examine
Yeah.
his cortex later. We'll
That's
actually
right.
deposit his cortex into another body. How do you
Oh
think?
yeah.
How do you think we come up with 2 brains or 3 brains?
Yeah, no kidding.
Where do the brains
Which
come
is-
from?
Yeah.
Are they cybertronic or are they real? Are we
No,
just
they're
sucking them out of?
according to the books, right? Those are previous Imperious leader brains.
Yep.
And they're retired, but they're available for the new Imperious leader to plug in.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And plus, they're all lizards. So
Easy. All right. Well, John, thank you for your segment. Thank you for getting, the guest tonight, which is really cool. It was Bill Krause, which is a lot of fun learning and finding out from
okay,
him.
before we sign off, don't forget VAIFF. You want to mention that one? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
So-
there yet, but technically we're supposed to be able to vote on
Yeah,
it. And I just
that's
want to
right.
let everybody know that you can't watch the film, but you can watch the trailer and vote on the film based on the trailer.
Yes.
So
That's right.
But it's not. We've reached out to VA, the Very Artist Independent Film Festival, and they said
Yeah.
we've made it, but it's not there to vote yet. So you may have seen
But it
some
will be.
posts on Stranded Warrior and Interfleet Broadcasting, but unfortunately it's not there yet. So hopefully they'll upload it within the near future so we can start voting on it. But once again, we're not telling you to vote on it because it's Battlestar Galactica. We're telling you to vote on it, watch it, then vote on it if you think it's worthy. There are
Yes.
other great trailers there too. So, but I think there's only 2 fan films, which is what we're in. One's a Spider-Man one, and one is us. That I've
Yeah.
seen. I mean, there might be something
So
there that I
far.
missed.
So far. Yeah. So the idea is, right? So real quick, I'm glad you brought this up because there's been questions. Some of you out there have asked us. Right. So we all we have experience of going to a movie theater and you watch trailers, right? Before the actual movie that you go to see, there's trailers. And a lot of times you're like, hey, that I would love to see that. And then sometimes you're like, yeah, now pass. I'm not gonna come to the theater, or I won't even watch that at all. However, if you saw a trailer that you would want to see then the film, this is the concept behind this film festival. And we're playing by their rules, their guidelines. This is what they want us to do. They want us to put it up on social media, right? So the various artist independent film festival is the festival that we are now involved in, right? Various artists independent film festival. So this is how they do a round robin. They take the best or the highest numbers, right? They'll take the highest numbers from people that select or vote or choose from the selection, right? So you go to their website and you'll see there's a fan film, drama, horror, whatever else there's there, and you watch those trailers, and if you like it, you say, "Yeah, I'm voting for this. I hope I get to see the film for that." And then maybe you go to another category. You say, "Oh, there's 4 or 5 in that category. They're all trailers, guys. They're all trailers." You say, "Oh, I like that. I hope that one makes it." And it's a process of elimination. Those that kind of get the most votes. Anyone who gets the most votes in their category will move on to the next round of competition. This is the fan part of the festival, right? Not all film festivals are like this. This one is like this, and we submitted The Stranded Warrior, And so we are involved in it. And now we're waiting for the opportunity for us to be voting for it, right? We want to be able to vote. Stay tuned. As soon as they let us know that it's up, we will let you know so that you can go in, and then if you want, select and vote and choose the Stranded Warrior so that maybe we can move up and make it into the, I guess, the finalists category. So there you have it. There's some of the winners. George Zouvelos, who's Captain Martin in the Stranded Warrior. He was in he
What year was it?
co-produced a film that was a winner in this particular film festival. In this one, the Various Artists Independent Film Festival. So
I was trying to
you
find
might
what
see.
year it was. I forgot what year
Yeah,
it was.
so his film is in there. It's a short
Definitely
experimental,
soy. Oops.
and so
Too
definitely
far.
soy. So he was in there as well. But anyway, thank you guys for supporting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you guys. Tipsy, thanks for bringing up the film festival thing. I
No
know
problem.
we've gotten a bunch of fans of have asked us questions about what's going on and what is this and what is that, and so this is a perfect opportunity for us to explain it. And I am always humbled by you guys that support us. We thank you. We look forward to seeing you again next Thursday on our next show. And John, do you know who's coming on next?
Yes. A movie director.
No way.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
What's his name? Hold on a minute.
They just suck more information.
Thank
out
you,
of that guy's brain.
BFC, for offering to share on various social media platforms. We
Wyatt Weed.
are
Who is it?
Wyatt Weed.
excellent. Thank you. And yes, thank you again, BFC, for coming on, watching with us. We're all one happy family when it comes to Battlestar Galactica, whether it's the classic or the reimagined. It's a franchise that is based in Glenn Larson's vision, and we are all fans of that. So thank you so much.
Yep. So everybody, thank you so much. I'm gonna try something new tonight. We have a try a new closing. We'll see if the audio works, but hopefully it
Okay.
does. But thank you so much. It's important that we do keep fueling the fandoms, whether it is whatever fandom it is that you love. Go buy something, go watch something, go tell other people about it. It's so important that you keep those fandoms alive, and you do that because you're fans, and the fans do fuel the fleet. So here's to you. Thank you so much for everything that you do, and we will see you next week. Don't forget. Take care.
Take care, guys.
Have a good night.